Hello there! I'm Scotty, and you're not. And being as it is currently, as you're watching this on the day that I put it out, it is currently Saturday the 14th. I figured we should take a look at an appropriate film. So this is the review for Elmo in Grouchland. Or, I could just do Saturday the 14th, because I just didn't go in the... Anyway, Saturday the 14th is a spoof. Spoof of what? I don't know, but a spoof nonetheless. This was more comedy than I was expecting. Oh, right, I forgot to turn off the air conditioner. Well, it turned off by itself because I turned it on because I found the remote, and the temperature on the remote was different than that, so I turned that on, but then I forgot to turn off the energy saver thing. So anyway, I was kind of put off how much comedy this is. This feels like nothing is taken seriously in this film, and I could not believe it. There's so much that does not make sense, and something that, like, this movie predicted the future. What do I mean by that? Well, let's go ahead and start with the talking points of the movie. We start with Jeffrey Tambor and another woman, this vampire couple, who want to buy this house, and are being shown the house by this real estate lady. But then she tells them that they can't buy the house because the house has been willed to this family by the uncle of the family. Which begs the question, why is she showing the house to people if it's not for sale? That's one of the many questions that doesn't get answered in this movie. I didn't hate it. I actually laughed quite a bit. But yes, and so we find out that these vampires are after a book. Okay. So at the will reading, they are told that they get the house, but there is a curse. Before the lawyer can tell them about the curse, he dies, and they still move into the house, even though they know there's a curse. He died after saying there's a curse. They still go to the house. They go to the house, and the ladies, they say they're not sure if they're going to take it from the lady. So the lady comes back at 3 o'clock in the fucking morning. Oh, maybe now maybe by now they'll want to sell it, because they're like, they're like, oh, I think we can move in here, and she knows that people don't take that long before they want to sell it. So she shows up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Maybe they want to sell, and that's when she's attacked. Because little Billy, he reads from this book, a book that no one can find, but he finds in like 5 minutes, and it unleashes monsters upon the house. There's one thing that made me laugh where the dad comes in and he's like, "There's a monster." The son's like, "There's a monster." They got big eyes like this, and it's like behind him, and they're doing the thing where he looks, but it moves with him. That's like a Looney Tunes thing. That got a laugh out of me. But the vampires off screen, I think, bite the mom. So she starts acting vampire-ish, even though she never gets that far, and never, like, I guess we'll get to it, but like, she never acknowledges the vampires when they're around. Like, later in the film, when it's like everything is revealed, she just never acknowledges she's one of them. We just get hints, like she doesn't like garlic anymore, she sleeps with dirt in the bed, and she's going like this when she goes outside, and when she comes back, she's wearing sunglasses. So, yeah, even though beginning the vampire couple are just standing outside in the middle of the day, they're not being affected by it, but okay. The house is cursed. The only thing they can watch on TV is the Twilight Zone. Poor babies. You were forced to watch a very good horror TV show. Oh yeah, that must suck. But like even some of the stuff they say on there doesn't make sense. The uh, it just doesn't make so. I don't know. But the parents go out and leave the kids behind, and the daughter goes upstairs to take a bath. This movie's PG, and this is the second movie I've watched where a character played by an of-age actress, but is an underage character, is been in like a bath or shower scene. Like the actress was like 19, 20 years old when the film came out. Around then, so she was the legal age, but like we don't see anything because it's PG, and they even do a thing where she jumps up and there's like soap there, so that's that's fine. But it's just weird to think that the character's supposed to be underage, but why is the bathtub scene? I know why, because they wanted to do a Jaws parody with the creature of the Black Lagoon like thing in the thing. By the way, something to point out. I mentioned this earlier, but I forgot to talk about it when it got to that point. When they arrive at the house, they look over and they see this beautiful house. It looks just like the house from A Nightmare on Elm Street. And they live on Elm Street. When they put it's like 2349 Elm or something like that. They say they live on Elm Street, and the house looks just like the house from The Nightmare on Elm Street. The only problem is Nightmare on Elm Street came out 3 years after this movie. Yeah, Twilight Zone, predicting the future Saturday the 14th. I think so. By the way, the only thing this has in common with Friday the 13th is later in the film, Van Helsing says, "You're doomed, doomed." That's it. That's it. Yeah, so they call an exterminator, and it's Van Helsing. And so he goes there, and he knows about the book. And the odds of them calling that exact exterminator, that exact person there, that doesn't make any sense. But and he gets in there, and he says, you need to have a big party, and because he's supposed to be an exterminator, and it's going to help get rid of whatever is in there. There's a running joke that the wife keeps calling bats owls. Okay, it was kind of funny at first, but then later, when she's in the attic, it's like, I don't know, owl. Like, it's a bat. It's a bat. And I got to talk about the twist, because the twist got me, and then the more I thought about it, it didn't make sense. So, it's revealed that the vampires are the good guys, and Van Helsing is the villain, which is a nice twist, because with a character with the name Van Helsing, he's not making to be the hero, and the vampires are going to be bad. The problem is, the vampires have been presented for the entire film as villains. They want to get in the house, they want the book. They bite the mom. They send bats to viciously attack the mom. They control the mom to get the book. They present themselves as villains. And I guess that's so when the twist happens, you're like, oh, I didn't see that coming, because it makes no sense. They were evil. They're presented as being bad guys the entire time until the twist happens. It's very stupid. None of this movie makes sense. It's, like there's a scene, because the police officer's neighbor was killed earlier in the film, and there's a scene where they tell Debbie, the daughter, to get the roast ready, and when she opens it, she's not paying attention. It opens, and it's the neighbor's head. And both the kids are there, and there's this gag where Billy keeps going back to close because it said, "You all dead," D-E-D. They spelled it wrong, and they keeps doing it, but no one sees the head until it's too late, and then they scream when they come back. It's a cooked roast. Who cooked the roast? Where did it come from? Doesn't make any sense. Makes no sense. This movie makes no sense. Makes no sense. Oh. So, after just making sound effects at each other, Van Helsing is defeated, and the vampires according to Wikipedia, end up living at the house and they move in to a different house. The end. Yeah. It's okay. As stupid as it is, I think I'm gonna give it a so bad it's good, because it's one of those things where everything is just so damn stupid. You gotta roll your eyes. You can't take anything seriously. And in my mind, that's the only rating I can give a movie like that. Is it so bad it's good, because you can't take anything seriously. It's thrown out the window. Spoof movies are so bad it's good entertainment, which is why I haven't reviewed any of the ones that I have, because they're just gonna be so bad it's good. Basically, those reviews, if I was to do, like, say, Scary Movie or dance flick, disaster movie, date movie, Meet the Spartans, I wouldn't give them a rating, because you know they're going to be so bad it's good, but I can still talk about them. But, yeah, this was interesting. I know there's a sequel, sort of. I hear it's not really a sequel, but it's called Saturday the 14th Strikes Back, which makes no sense. And how can a date strike? I don't know, but I don't know if I won't be able to do that. If I do, it'll be some other time. But yeah, so there it is. What are your thoughts on Saturday the 14th? Anyone comments below, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I've been Scotty, and I'll see you in the next one.